We live in an era of information overload, constant stress, and an endless race for success. For instance, studies show that over 74% of people worldwide feel constant stress due to work or finances. Social media amplifies this. Millions of people compare their lives with others daily, leading to anxiety and depression. Every day you might be thrown off balance by the news, social media, criticism at work, or in relationships. For example, the COVID-19 pandemic triggered a global mental health crisis. According to the WHO, cases of depression and anxiety disorders increased by 25% in recent years. But how can you learn not to react to these external triggers and remain in harmony with yourself? The answer lies in the philosophy of Stoicism. This ancient system is over 2,000 years old, yet its lessons are more relevant than ever. But how do you apply Stoicism in the modern world? How do you incorporate its principles into your daily life amid stress and chaos? Today we'll discuss practical steps that will help you be stoic every day. This isn't theory, these are simple actions that will change your approach to life. Are you ready to start? Then subscribe, hit the bell, and get ready to learn how to remain calm and collected in a noisy world. Stoicism originated in ancient Greece, and you might wonder, how can it be useful to someone living in the 21st century? We live in an age of constant change and information overload, and at times it feels like control over our lives is slipping away. This is where Stoicism comes in. It's a philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what is beyond our influence. But why is this so important? The truth is, our response to events defines our state of mind and our stress levels. In Stoicism, we learn not only to manage our emotions, but to do so with clarity and calmness. This daily approach to life helps us maintain inner resilience, even when the world around us seems chaotic. So how can the daily practice of Stoicism improve our well-being? Stoicism helps reduce anxiety, lower stress, and increase focus. When we realize that we cannot control events but can control our attitude towards them, it frees us from many inner conflicts and allows us to focus on what truly matters. In the modern world, many of us face problems related to emotional regulation and stress. We live in an era of digital technology, where information is available instantly, and the pressure to be productive and successful is constant. Social media creates the illusion of a perfect life for others, leading us to doubt ourselves, experience anxiety, and fear the future. Work, family, relationships, all of these can be sources of stress that feel overwhelming. One of the key issues is that many people lack stable internal principles that could help them navigate these challenges. When our emotions bounce depending on external circumstances, we become prisoners of our environment. Constant worry, uncertainty, and fear of failure are all consequences of not having a solid foundation and the ability for emotional self-regulation. So what happens when we struggle to cope with these emotions? The outside world starts to dictate our reactions. We become hostage to moods and stress dictated by events beyond our control. As a result, we experience ongoing tension, burnout, and a feeling that life is passing us by. Without resilient principles, a person is subject to emotional roller coasters. Everything can seem fine today, but tomorrow a strong sense of helplessness may arise. This cycle can feel endless if we don't find a way to manage our internal states. And this is where Stoicism comes to the rescue. This philosophy offers us a profound yet practical approach to emotional regulation, helping us cultivate an inner strength and maintain calm, even when the circumstances around us are unstable. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy to ponder, it's a practical guide for daily life. Let's explore a few key techniques that can help you build resilience and strengthen your emotional stability. One of the main principles of Stoicism is the distinction between things we can control and things we cannot. Stoics advise us to focus our energy only on what is within our control, our thoughts, decisions, and reactions. Everything else, like the weather, other people's opinions, or political events, is beyond our influence. By constantly reminding ourselves of this, we reduce unnecessary anxiety over things we can't change. How can you apply this? For instance, if you encounter a difficult situation at work, ask yourself, what can I control here? Maybe it's just your attitude and actions. Instead of worrying about what's outside of your control, focus on what you can do right now. This practice suggests that we should periodically imagine the worst possible outcomes. This isn't about being pessimistic, but rather about mentally preparing for potential difficulties. When you anticipate possible setbacks, Not only do you reduce the shock when they happen, but you also begin to appreciate what you currently have more. For example, in the morning before heading to work, you might imagine that something could go wrong. You might get stuck in traffic or receive an unexpected bad call. This mental preparation helps you stay calm and composed when challenges arise. The Stoics believe that life happens here and now. We often waste enormous amounts of energy regretting the past or worrying about the future, forgetting that the present is the only moment we can truly control. Mindfulness is the art of being fully engaged in the present moment, focusing on the current task and avoiding distractions. How can you integrate this? During everyday tasks, whether working, conversing, or spending time in nature, focus entirely on what you're doing. Eliminate distractions like your phone and enjoy the process. Daily journaling helps analyze your thoughts, emotions, and actions. In Stoicism, journaling was used as a tool for self-reflection. By recording the day's events and your reactions to them, you gain a better understanding of where you made emotional missteps and where you maintained calm and wisdom. Before bed, try writing down your thoughts on, how did I react to today's events, and could I have acted differently? This helps you understand your behavioral patterns and improve your emotional regulation. One key aspect of Stoic philosophy is appreciating what you already have. In modern society, we're often pushed to constantly strive for more money, more success, more things. But Stoicism reminds us of the importance of gratitude for the present. Practicing gratitude helps shift our perspective and reduce dissatisfaction. Each day, take time to think about what you're grateful for. It could be something big, like your health or family, or small, like a delicious breakfast or a productive day at work. These techniques form the foundation of Stoic practice, which can easily be integrated into everyday life. By applying them, you'll start feeling more stable inside, respond less to stressful situations, and live more mindfully. Now that we've explored some practical Stoic techniques, let's look at how Stoicism can actually help people make important decisions and maintain emotional balance. I want to share a story that vividly illustrates the profound impact this philosophy can have on a person's life. Take, for example, Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Roman emperors and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers. In his book Meditations, he recorded his thoughts and reflections, using Stoic principles to manage not only his empire but also his emotions. Imagine being the leader of a vast empire where wars, betrayals, and plagues threaten its very existence. Every day, Marcus Aurelius faced incredible challenges, yet Stoicism helped him maintain calm and wisdom. One of his key principles, accepting what he could not control and focusing on what was within his power, allowed him to make decisions without succumbing to emotional pressure. When a plague broke out, killing thousands of Romans, the emperor did not fall into despair or seek to place blame. Instead, he focused on what he could do. He organized aid for the sick, strengthened the army, and continued to fulfill his duties as a ruler. He understood that he couldn't stop the plague, but he could control his actions and his response to the crisis. This is an example of how Stoic philosophy helps people make tough decisions with composure and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius showed that even in the most difficult times, one can maintain self-control and not allow fears to take over. The story of Marcus Aurelius teaches us that Stoicism isn't just theory, but a powerful tool for managing our thoughts, actions, and emotions, even in the harshest circumstances. His example shows that when faced with inevitable difficulties, we can either fall into panic and helplessness, or we can choose the path of awareness and action. But what does this example mean for us, modern people? Perhaps we're not emperors of vast nations and we don't face plagues on a state level, but each of us has our own wars, tense moments at work, family conflicts, personal losses, or anxieties about the future. In any of these situations, we can use Marcus Aurelius's approach, focus on what's within our power, and let go of what we can't control. For instance, imagine you're working on a difficult project at work, and your boss is demanding results despite external challenges like a lack of resources or time. How should you respond? Instead of worrying about the factors beyond your control, you can focus on the actions that depend solely on you, organizing tasks efficiently, optimizing your time, improving communication with your team. This Stoic approach helps you maintain mental clarity and make better decisions. In this way, Stoicism isn't something distant or abstract, but a philosophy that can be your trusted guide in everyday life. Like Marcus Aurelius, each of us can learn to face difficulties with dignity and resilience. By applying these principles daily, you'll start to notice that stress and anxiety take a back seat, and in their place come confidence and calm. As we can see, Stoicism offers a range of simple yet powerful tools to help us handle everyday stress and challenges. Let's briefly summarize the key Stoic practices we've discussed. First, the dichotomy of control teaches us to focus on what we can change and let go of what is beyond our power, helping to avoid unnecessary anxiety. Second, negative visualization prepares us for potential hardships, reducing the shock of unexpected events and helping us appreciate the present. Next, the practice of mindfulness reminds us of the importance of living in the present moment, allowing better control over our reactions to stressful situations. Journaling gives us the opportunity to analyze our thoughts and emotions, improving emotional regulation. And finally, practicing gratitude helps us appreciate what we already have, reducing the constant drive for more. By applying these techniques in daily life, you'll start to notice how your thinking becomes more balanced and your response to stressful situations more composed. Stoicism helps us develop inner strength, emotional resilience, and mental clarity, all of which are essential in today's fast-paced world. Now it's your turn. Share in the comments how you apply Stoic principles in your life. Maybe you have your own techniques for staying calm and balanced during tough times? Let us know what works for you. And if you have any tips or ideas for incorporating Stoicism into everyday life, feel free to share. They could be helpful to others. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Chronicles of Stoicism channel so you don't miss future content. Also, check out our video on a related topic, 10 Ways to Make Them Regret Not Valuing You, where we dive even deeper into the practical aspects of Stoic philosophy. See you in the next video.